Hello everyone, Ben here and welcome back to RaceRoom. Now we all know that RaceRoom has some fantastic tracks, but there's always room for more, right? I've had a bit of a think about which I'd most like to see arrive in the sim over the coming months and beyond. But before we get into the top 3, remember if at any stage of this video you find yourself enjoying the content, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos, and let me know in the comments which tracks you'd like to see arrive to RaceRoom. First up, a British classic, Oulton Park. Located in the northwest of England, the track is characterised by lots of undulations, blind crests and several technical sections. The full circuit's around 4.5 kilometres long, but there are a range of shorter variants too, meaning it would be ideal for almost all of RaceRoom's car content. From the GT4s you see racing here on iRacing, through TCR and the junior Formula cars in the game as well. And of course the British GT3 series does race here in real life too. Now I could just as easily have picked Untitled Park for this list, and the truth is, the more tracks that we get into RaceRoom from the British Touring Car Championship, the better in my opinion. But for my money, Oulton Park is right up there with Brands Hatch as the most engaging and enjoyable to drive circuit in the UK. The bumpy, uneven track, the high-speed nature of many sections, combined with the difficult technical chicanes and number of corners with blind entries, mean the circuit is a real test of driver skill and bravery. And that's particularly true of the section we're just coming up to on track. This is one of the technical chicanes that you have to navigate on the lap, but then we're into this very high speed section where almost every corner is daring you to carry more entry speed into it, but then you run the risk of running wide through the middle of the corner and then potentially out onto the grass and the gravel, at which point you're into a high speed accident. But there's lots of time to be gained through these corners, and you can easily imagine this circuit being a staple of the ranked schedule on RaceRoom and providing some brilliant racing as drivers jostle for position all around the lap. Really entertaining, and I think it would be a fantastic addition to the RaceRoom roster of tracks. Let's have a look then at the lap from the TV cameras, and you'll get an even better sense of just how spectacular this Oulton Park circuit is. Next to South America and Interlagos, a staple of the Formula 1 calendar for many decades now. I wager that this track would have been the first a good number of sim racers ever experienced, given it was the opening race of Jeff Crammond's Grand Prix 2 all the way back in 1996. Being just a youngster then myself, when that game came out, invariably my efforts on Grand Prix 2 wouldn't get much further than round 1, but I know I put in a large number of laps there as a result. We're here in F1 2021 to showcase this circuit, and as you'll have already gotten a good sense of, it's a high speed lap with a technical middle section that we're just coming into now, which uncharacteristically for a road circuit runs anti-clockwise. Located in Sao Paulo, the track has just had its F1 deal extended, but it isn't just Formula 1 that has raced here. Anyone who's played Automobilista will know the Brazilian motorsport scene brings stock cars, Porsche Cup cars, GT3 and prototypes here too, including in endurance formats. Add in junior Formula cars and even the various kinds of DTMs in RaceRoom, and I'm positive this track would throw up brilliant races across the majority of the car content in the sim. And it would be the first track in the game from South America, increasing the global spread of tracks to choose from. We're just about to cross the line then for the beginning of our second lap here, and let's talk you through just how exciting the lap in Interlagos is. We're down into the center S's then, try and hold tight lines through the apexes and then carry speed out onto one of two DRS zones on the track. A key overtaking opportunity at the end of this straight if you can get much closer than we are at the moment to the car up ahead and down the inside, carry as much speed onto the exit of that corner and up the hill. Braking zone around the 50-metre board, down into 5th gear in a Formula 1 car at least, and then hug the inside down into 2nd gear for this tight, twisty, technical section in the middle of the lap. Very, very easy to lose the car by getting too throttle happy here as we come into again another tight right-hander, and then it's all about building up the speed once more through the swooping left-hander and into Juncao, which is going to lead us onto the flat-out curve that will take us across the start-finish line for the end of what is a very rapid and very intense lap. I think it would be a brilliant addition to RaceRoom, quite unlike many of the tracks that are already in the sim, providing something different but a great challenge and something which again I could see becoming a feature of the ranked schedule. Let's once again then take a little look at some of the TV replay footage of the circuit to give you another perspective on just how exciting the track is. Finally, and in my view best of all, would be Kyalami in South Africa. We're here in Assetto Corsa Competizione in the GT3 class to show off what a fantastic circuit this is. Having gone through many changes from its heyday as host of the South African Grand Prix in the second half of the 20th century, the circuit is now back on the international racing scene, hosting the 9 Hours of Kyalami in 2019, acting as the season finale for the Intercontinental GT Championship. The modern day incarnation of the circuit is highly challenging and, like Oulton Park and Interlagos, features a number of elevation changes, high speed sections and more technical turns. The circuit's 4.5 kilometres long and features 16 turns. As with our previous choices, again I think this circuit would be perfect for a wide range of RaceRoom's car selection, from prototypes to GT3, F1, 2 and 3 cars, as well as TCR and DTM. I think my favourite set of corners on the lap are really just coming up here. As we duck down into the left-hander, you've got to try and hug towards the apex, better than we managed to on the on-screen footage there, and then swoop around to the right-hand side before climbing high up the hill to the hairpin at the top. Just start on the brakes as you reach the crest, swing the car in to the first apex, and then on the gas nice and early all the way back down the hill. Look at the view you get of the rest of the circuit from up here. Be as brave as you can through the left hand kink here, and then it's into the braking zone and tricky right hander here towards the end of the lap. We missed the apex entirely here on the footage, but you must get closer to it if you're setting competitive lap times. Then try and hold as much pace as you can through the right hand kink. It's a very fast corner before we come past the pit entry on our left hand side, and then onto the start finish straight for the end of what is a fantastic lap here at Kyalami, and one which I would absolutely love to see arrive in RaceRoom in the future. Let's take a look then at some of the replay footage of this circuit as well, so you can get a clearer sense of just how fantastic it is. So there we go, 3 new circuits for RaceRoom that I would love to see arrive in the sim in the future. Oulton Park, Interlagos and Kyalami. Each would bring something different and new to the sim, and I think would provide the scope for some brilliant online racing on the ranked schedules, as well as some brilliant one-off special ranked events too. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, leave a like and get subscribed to the channel, and remember to let me know in the comments which tracks would you like to see arrive in RaceRoom in the future, and I'll see you next time.